And I'm joined now by Mo from the Countryside Alliance. Why are you guys here today?
Well, we've got to stand up to the Treasury over this awful, hideous tax. People here today have come from all across the country. The numbers are growing. The weather is pretty frightful, but these are the conditions that farmers work in on a daily basis to put food on our tables and keep the countryside the beautiful place that everybody knows and loves. It's so important that we stand against this tax. The Treasury's numbers, very dubious. They're not stacking up with DEFRA's or the National Farmers Unions, people that know what they're talking about. Rachel Reeves needs to rethink this tax, and I hope that they're listening to people here today.
Now, Labour have said that if you just calm down and look at the figures, that actually it does make sense and it won't affect very many farmers. Why does there seem to be such disagreement on those numbers?
Well, it's all very odd, isn't it? I mean, how is it that DEFRA were only told the night before the announcement that this was happening? DEFRA's figures do not stack up with the Treasury's. But even if the Treasury's figures were right, so that's 500 farms that impacted a year, that is a significant number of farms. There's not that many farms. We're talking about people that are feeding us, food security, protecting the environment. All of that is at risk with this tax, and Rachel Reeves and the Treasury need to listen to the farmers. They need to get rural groups like the Countryside Alliance, the NFU, the CLA round the table and rethink this policy.
We've got a lot of children here today. There's some little ones here. Don't tax my future, they're saying, because it seems that is what is concerning the farmers most, isn't it? It's the long-term implications of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Families want to keep the farms in the family. That's the whole point of a small family farm, and this is what that tax threatens. So children are here today because this is their future. They want to be farmers. They want to have that in the family. And you know, the suggestion that farmers have got loads of money and that their farms are worth money, on paper perhaps, but the reality is that their turnover is so small, but they don't do it for money. They do it because they love their duty feeding us and protecting the countryside, and that's why everyone's here today.
If Labour do backpedal on this policy, would you see that as them being weak?
Look, I think they've messed up. I think this is a cock-up, quite frankly, and I think the comms around it have been disastrous, telling people to calm down, and you know, DEFRA saying that their numbers aren't working with the Treasury's. I wouldn't necessarily see it as weak. I'd see it as, look, they got this part of the policy wrong. You know, we're not even demanding a U-turn. We think that, I mean, our President, Labour peer, Baroness Malyoe, she's been clear that trying to close down loopholes for tax evaders is not a bad thing. But it's the fact that small family farmers are the unintended victims here. And so Rachel Reeves should reconsider before it's too late and get us around the table talking.
Because it's been very clear, I think, from the National Farmers Union and all the independent farming groups who are here today, this is about collaboration at this stage. It's about communication, and it's about finding a peaceful resolution to this situation.
Yeah, undoubtedly there are many farmers up and down the country. Not all of them are here today, of course. Most of them are working on their farms, but they are really, really angry. And this is about communicating to the Treasury that sense of anger and frustration. But a lot of this could have been avoided if the Treasury had just spoken to DEFRA and farmers in the first place. You know, for the National Farmers Union to use the word betrayal, that's a serious accusation. It's not one that the NFU would ever use wisely. They feel betrayed, they feel hurt, and I really hope that Rachel Reeves is listening.